Carson in for the 106 guys. Carson, good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
What is the word about this championship? What does this championship mean to Carson Smith? What does it mean to the Southeast Guilford program?
Well, I think it means a lot to me as a freshman. Personally, I think it's a big accomplishment for me, but for Southeast, I think they're pretty proud to see a freshman in it.
And how was it when you beat Dylan Cook? It was a kid from Ragsdale. Talk about that experience.
Oh, that was probably the best feeling in my entire life. As soon as I beat him, I just felt like the whole world was in my hands at the time.
Did you know it going in? You had a good chance to beat him?
Yeah, as soon as I got my last takedown of the match, I was pretty sure I was going to win. And
were you intimidated at all about his record? He had all
I knew he beat me 2 times in the past, but that was in the past, and I was ready.
How hard was it to get there when you guys got to it? How hard was the journey making it all the way through?
It was a pretty tough time. We didn't have a great couple weights in there, but we got through it.
Okay, you win the title as a team, and kind of take us back to the first day of practice. What do you remember about you were a freshman, 9th grade, first day of wrestling practice. What do you remember about the first day?
I thought we were going to be a pretty bad team at first, and then it kind of kicked in, and everybody started realizing what their true power was in wrestling.
Who is your practice man? Who do you work with in practice? They put you with Evan Surgeon. You and Evan get together and practice and work. Who do you work with in practice?
I work with our 113 stick, or we call him Stick, but his name is Turner Garrison, or Austin Robinson, our 145.
You got to always work with guys probably heavier than you, right?
Yeah.
So you work with the 145 guy too?
Sometimes.
That's a big workout there, right?
Yeah.
What's the strength of your wrestling game, you might say? What's your biggest strength, you think?
Probably I think top for me is probably my best strength. Like, nobody's gonna get up to that in my head.
They can't reverse it on you.
Nope.
They can't escape on you. You're going to keep them on the mat. So if you get to third period, you got that top position, and you got to lead. You got it.
Yep.
Nobody's going to get up on you. Nope. How do you keep them down? Just keep cutting the legs out?
I keep so much pressure on them with my hips and my arms. They ain't gonna get up. And every time they try to come up, I just either chop the arm down or throw my legs in.
So we talk about the takedown. How about the breakdown? You break these guys down with your head and the arm there. You do the old chop of the arm.
Oh yeah, I do the chop in the arm. I do all of it. But I really like the chop because it just seems so much easier than doing anything else.
What's your finishing move? And you finish these guys off. You pin these guys. How do you finish them off?
Power half and legs.
So get that half Nelson going. Wrap the back leg, and you got these guys locked up. Any chicken wings? Don't hear much about the chicken wing anymore.
I mean, I've done it a couple past matches, but I don't really prefer it as one of my best moves.
Half Nelson's your move,
yeah,
right?
half Nelson's.
What's your best day ever on the wrestling mat? You look back at all these best days. It may have come last week, and I'm not sure your best day ever, you think?
I'm pretty sure it was probably against Dylan Cook against Ragsdale. That was a tough match for me, but I had to pull it out some way.
If you could go back and wrestle somebody again to redo a match against the opponent, who would you like to go back and wrestle again?
Probably a kid named Nathan Wasson from Havelock. We had a tough time in between the match, and he ended up beating me by 2, but I think if I go back in time, I could beat him.
What are your goals now? It's probably got to be to go unbeaten one year. I mean, you've done so well here your freshman year. Next thing is go unbeaten the next several years.
Yeah, I plan on trying to either win the next 3 state championships and go on to college.
And wrestle in college?
Wrestle in college or play baseball.
Maybe baseball too. If you grow up to be about 160 pounds, you may switch to baseball.
Oh yeah.
No doubt about that. Have you ever wrestled a girl in practice or in a match?
Yeah, at middle school there was a girl named Sarah Martinez. She used to come. She's one of our table workers now for Southeast, but we used to wrestle. And then I wrestled this one girl from Red School. I don't remember, but I wrestled her during one of our tournaments.
One of those big tournaments you guys go to? Maybe Red Springs, place like that maybe?
I don't know. It was a maroon school.
Okay, what about, have you ever hurt anybody in a match or in practice?
Yeah, I've busted a couple kids' nose open with a crossface or 2. But
strong. Did you shoot the crossface?
Yep.
Any penalties from the referee for doing it? Was it a good crossface?
I don't try. Yeah, I mean, they're tight. The refs don't really get mad at me with the crossface. They don't usually. Ever
get the match stopped because you hurt someone and you finished them off like that?
No, sir.
Always continued on?
Yeah.
Did you win any matches by forfeit? Oh, the lightweight, sometimes those weigh-ins are tough. Maybe that guy didn't make weight.
I think I've had like 1 or 2 forfeits from like Smith.
You don't like him, do you? You'd rather wrestle, right?
Yeah, I'd rather wrestle.
You did all that practice work to get there. You'd rather go ahead and get that match in.
Oh, yeah.
The class you have in school that relates to wrestling, is there a class you take in school that's kind of like maybe kind of coincides, kind of goes along with wrestling, sort of?
The closest class probably had to be PE.
Yeah.
Just do all the running and stuff in
Right.
PE.
What about any math class, any other classes you get that maybe help you maybe in wrestling possibly? Any others?
Nah, not really. Not
just
really.
curious, just curious. The meal you had after you won the title. Coach said you guys went to the Isabella's. But,
Oh yeah, we had a bunch of pizzas.
How many can you eat?
That night I probably ate good 5 or 6.
Pizzas or slices?
Slices.
Okay. Maybe next year you're wrestling Evan Surgeon.
Oh, yeah.
Get Evan Surgeon spot there. Let's see. The best comeback you've had, maybe a last-second win. You know, sometimes last second a guy jumps up, gets a quick.
Yep.
You said not many escapes against you. So what about you though? Get that last-second win. Not last-minute win. When it's too long.
Well,
but last-second win.
When I was wrestling a kid from Glenn named Alberto Perez, they're 106. I was wrestling him, and it wasn't really a last-second win. But he kept trying to hit moves and like shots on me. It was going to be a close match, and then it was probably about good 5 seconds left, and he hit a single leg, and he got it up, but he never finished it with time ran out. So that was probably the closest
when they hit
one.
that single leg, you just try to expand those legs and try to slap them down to the mat,
Yeah.
and bury his face in the mat there, and quickly get behind, get those two. You get the one, you get the two, you're in good shape. What about what did you do Monday afternoon after your wrestling's over?
After, well, I think Monday I went to my club practice. No, I went to baseball. That's
thought you might go to baseball.
Baseball,
right?
yeah.
You went straight to baseball. After wrestling, straight to baseball. No day off.
No day off.
No relax.
Always grinding.
You sleep well at night, I bet.
Yeah.
What time you go to bed usually?
Usually it's probably like 9 or 10.
You get 9 or get an early bed, get that rest. If you could have Ric Flair, Kurt Angle, Hulk Hogan, John Cena, among those four speak at your wrestling banquet, who would speak there for you?
John Cena.
John Cena. Going to get John. And Coach was going to go with Kurt Angle, and Carson's going to go with John Cena. Coach Jed Cox, what do you tell the coach now the season's over after the big wins and the state title? What do you tell Coach Cox now?
I just want to thank him for everything he's done for me, pushing me through practices and giving us those hard practices to make me better and helping me get to the state championship.
If you could bring somebody along with you and share this title, state title, and your second place finish at the states, share that with someone, who would you give it to?
I'd probably have to give it to my grandpa up in heaven. If he was down here, I'd really like him to see it.
So I think you could probably hear not a good shout out to your grandfather then.
Oh, yes.
Shout out to Carson Smith's grandfather tonight. The person made you what you are today and what you're going to be tomorrow. Who helped make you what you are today?
Well,
and tomorrow's future.
First off, it'll probably be God, because he's given me all the strength and glory for all this from wrestling, and I wouldn't be anywhere without him. And there's kids at home that really haven't had the opportunity I have, and given all the ability I have to be able to wrestle and do what I did.
You keep talking on programs like this, so they'll get that chance because you'll put the word out.
Yep.
Who taught you to go out for wrestling and got you started?
Well, one day we were at home and Caleb brought home a wrestling flyer, and he was like, "Mom, I don't want to wrestle." And
So
then
make you
he
do it.
bring me up, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll go to it." And that's what brought me into wrestling.
Carson Smith, good job this year.
Thank you.
Congratulations. We'll see you at the baseball field. Keep up the good work.
Yes,
Where do you go to church out on Sundays?
Bethel Baptist Church over
Bethel
in
Baptist. Shout out to